Good morning. I've been asked to do a study of properties on the low end in Spring Hill and Hudson. I've selected properties that are not condominiums, they're not 55 and older, they're not villas, yet they are on their own land with zero monthly fees and not in 55 and older neighborhoods. And there's 23 properties right now that are in this criteria. Let's run through them. Flora State in Hudson is a single wide. It's been on the market for 138 days and it's $62,000. The next cheapest property is on Fred Street in Parkwood Acres, which is a really nice street. $85,000, works out to $126 a square foot. Weeki Wachee in Weeki Wachee, 12 days on the market, 85 grand, asking $177 a square foot. 119,000, been on the market for 24 days, $113 a square foot. Passaic in Highland Estates, $120,000, asking $153 a square foot. $139,000 in Weeki Wachee, 129 days on the market, $150 a square foot. $139,000 for 784 square feet, $178 a square foot. $145,000, works out to $151 a square foot. 141 days on the market, 76 days on the market. 3 days on the market. This is a 1998. It works out to $176 a square foot. 38 days on the market. Pinto Drive, actually, that's a pretty good street in Lakewood Acres. You have to look at and it's 1 acre for $169,000. So you see the days on market, 38 days. So if this was a compelling buy, it would have already gone under contract. 26 days, 169,000. 160 days, it's got a problem. Monteverde is a great street. Mobile home with 1 acre with two dwellings, $180,000. Yeah, this is a great street. You can knock that down and put up a nice block home and get a monster number, I think. Double wide, 180 grand, been on the market for 25 days. 84 days, 38 days, 82 days, 45 days. And why do I concentrate on days on the market? And the answer is because all the good stuff sells quickly. It means that everything has been out there for 30, 40, 50 days. There's a reason why they're not pending and haven't sold yet. Here's 102 days, and it did finally go under contract. 5 days on the market. Here we go. This works out to $144 a square foot on the asking price. 10 days on the market for $149 a square foot at the asking price. 24 days, 3 days, 129 days. Now, this is the first block home we've seen on either list. And owner financing available. So you got to wonder. Another $169,000 in Spring Hill. Short sale. If you don't know about short sales, feel free to reach out to me. Maybe I'll do a video on it. 3 days on the market in Spring Hill. This is a brand new home, 2024, $220 a square foot on Dania Street. And interestingly, this blue property next door is a duplex that I'm the listing agent on, $210,000 for a duplex. It has quite a few days on the market. Spring Hill, 16 days on the market for a block home. Works out to $185 a square foot. Cruise Lake, $199,000, 25 days. $199,000 for 2 days on the market for 1 acre. Now that's a good deal. Lancer's a great street up in nice paved road, easy access to County Line Road. Spokane, 145 days on the market total, and 230 days on the market for a block home with a carport. And you got to ponder about that valuation, but that's not what we're here to talk about. We're just looking at the general market for properties in this kind of price range. 87 properties have sold in this criteria in the last 6 months. And let's do in the last 30 days. Let's go -1 minus 37. We get 21 properties that have transacted below $200,000. $44,000 for a scary 0 days on the market. It went at full price. Here we have Weeki Wachee Woodlands, took 0 days on the market. Boy, those 0 days on the market, I could go on and on talking about that. 34 days on the market, ended up selling at $93 a square foot. 16 days on the market, $79 a square foot. $135 a square foot, only because it's so small. 32 days, it sold for $91,000. They were asking $110,000. This is also on that same street, Dania. 114 days on the market, 3 days on the market for a 3-bedroom, 2-bath, $137 a square foot. Sold for $120 a square foot. On the solds, you got to look at the sold price per square foot, $127 a square foot in 4 days. This one has a pool, sold in 0 days. They were asking $299,000, and it sold for $150,000. Holy moly! Sorry to use these real estate terms. $150,000, sold for $103 a square foot. Really, really interesting. And might have been a very good deal. Look at it. Anyway, let's keep moving. Merrick, asking $165,000, sold for $156,000, $222 a square foot, and that's a block home. $188 a square foot in 1 day. Embassy Avenue in Hernando, a 1-bedroom house, $232 a square foot at $167,000. $118 a square foot, 76 days. Now, when you get these longer days on the market, you need to go in there and look at the history, and you might see that they just dropped the price $50,000. And it really has been 5 days since they made that move. 6 days on the market, asking $215,000, sold for $175,000. $180,000 sold for full price in 6 days. Pinehurst, I did a Pinehurst. $199,000 sold for $190,000 in 157 days. No garage. Here we go with a garage in Emerald Beach. 34 days to sell at $204 a square foot. Spring Hill, $200,000, sold for $195,000 in 220 days. But then again, we don't know where they really started at. And if it comes down to it, and we're looking to do a real deep analysis, if you call me, we jump on a Zoom call and we run through the numbers. 6 days, asking $211,000, sold for $195,000. Works out to $185 a square foot. $252 a square foot. Kellywood. What did that sell for? $200,000. These are all frame houses in the Shadow Ridge area. It's houses are kind of jammed in there together. Omaha Street, asking $204,000, sold for $200,000. This Taylor Terrace sub it's not your greatest subdivision, and it's mixed use. It's got mobile homes, but $260 a square foot. You gotta wonder if that was the best deal that those buyers could have gotten. Hey, I invite you to reach out to Randall Jenkins, Florida Real Estate Partners. Here's how I interact with my audience. I posted this morning. What counts as debt? There's a new fraud going out there utilizing the Florida FAR bar contract. And you don't need to know this, but for my real estate professionals that are watching, beware, beware. There is no 12E on the FAR bar contract. And bad guys are sticking a new line in there, and it's easy to miss. It'll cost you a fortune if you don't catch it. What's up with real estate in August? Here we have mortgage rates dipping, steps to purchasing a first home. Do you need private mortgage insurance? The answer is no. Is it time to ditch the date the rate, marry the house phrase? That has to do with mortgage brokering. Here's a discussion of vacant land and purchasing vacant land, more talk about mortgage. Here's a free foreclosure chat GPT if you have any interest in asking questions about foreclosure, pre-foreclosure, uh, wanting to talk to somebody about foreclosure. How do foreclosures auctions work? I'm behind on my mortgage. What are my options? Let's just see what happens when you click that button. And it's thinking. There's 7 things you can do if you're in a pre-foreclosure or foreclosure situation prior to the foreclosure. By the way, I get a lot of people asking me questions that they say they want to buy a foreclosure. Well, foreclosure is an event. It's one day. Reinstate or catch up. Loan modification. Oh, this is going to go too slow for my forbearance, repayment plan. I'm very interested to see if it comes up with 7 because this isn't preset. It's thinking and deciding. Sell the property, short sale, subject to, deed in lieu of foreclosure is 8. Bankruptcy is just a way to do nothing. Well, that's a good idea. Maybe not. Anyway, hey, I'm Randall Jenkins, Florida Real Estate Partners. I'm also a mortgage loan officer at American Mortgage Services. Feel free to reach out to me. I appreciate the opportunity to compete for your business. Let me go over here and wave goodbye. Why? Wearing my Board of Realtors hat. Have a great day. Bye now.